Welcome, ladies and gents, to the stream. Hopefully everyone is having a good, what is it, Saturday already? Geesh, time is going by super fast. So today we're going to be having some fun with some Star Citizen. Hopefully everyone is having a good Saturday, and hopefully you enjoy the weekend. I might do two streams today, one being Star Citizen and another one being maybe some Red Dead Redemption tonight, because I actually kind of feel like playing that since I haven't played it in a while. But yeah, we wanted to get back into here and kind of go around and have a little bit of fun in Star Citizen again, trying to get more and more people to sign up and play this and test it, and so that way, obviously, you know, the game can hurry along its production. Obviously, the more people that play it, the more people that test it, the better they're going to be able to make it optimized and all that good stuff. So I'm just doing my part. Again, if you're new to the game and you've never played it before, make sure you click the link in the chat. It'll take you right to where you can get the game and use my referral code as well. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started into the persistent universe here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So I'm trying to remember the last place I was. I believe I'm at the Hurston area. We did some bounty missions and whatnot, I think, the last time that I played. We're going to be doing some bounty missions today as well, maybe even purchasing a new ship, because I have quite a bit of money to actually do that, and I've been wanting to get a new ship for a long time. Of course, you can get new ships in-game by doing missions and whatnot that allow you to be able to kind of go around and have lots of fun. So the only really loading screen there is when you are loading into the game and when you kind of die. Although it doesn't really load when you die, it has to take you back to whatever location you were at last before it does it. So let me know that you guys can hear me correctly and that everything is working good. I wasn't sure what I was going to stream today. I thought, you know what, let's play a little Star Citizen to begin with, and then we'll do something else maybe a little bit later. I am going to be gone Sunday and Monday because I have some Army medical stuff that I have to go and take care of, which is already going to be painful enough. So hopefully I'll be able to make it through that stuff, and it won't be too bad. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate it, bud. Thank you, Charlie, for the subscription. I'm only streaming, excuse me, I'm only streaming this in 1080, so there should be very little latency, a lot better than what you're used to streaming when I do 4K. Normally I stream this in 4K, but I'm just going to stream this in 1080, although I'm playing in 4K. I don't think it's really going to make too much of a difference. Like I said, the biggest thing is the first loading. It can take quite a long time to actually get up into the loading here. There it goes. All right, so I think we are above Hurston, if I'm not mistaken. So I hit Y to get up. Now, I don't know if you're going to see this. I'm going to... Ooh, let's see what the frames are here. Right now, the frames are pretty low. Giving it a second to kind of warm up here. Let me see what the frames are. I don't know if you guys are going to see this or not. Probably not. This is really weird. I usually don't get this low. Only 38 frames a second right now. This could be because of the server. Doesn't look like I have a... Well, I do. Let me see if anyone's on the server. Hey, Mario. How you doing, bud? Usually I get around 60 frames here, but for some reason right now I'm only getting about 41. Seems like this is not very good as a server. Yeah, man, wow, this is... Does not seem like this is a good server right now. Might have to try another one. Yeah, I'm going to try a different server because I just don't feel like this one does not seem to be doing very well. All right, so what's happened is pretty much it's going out of the game, and then we're going to load up a different server. Yeah, see, sometimes servers will have been on for a long time, and this game is very server-based, meaning that if you want good graphics or if you want the game to run smooth, the best option for you is to be on the best server. Now, usually you just hit best, and then you visit the location, and then hopefully it won't take too long. Another way that you can do this is, let me see if I can remember this correctly. It's not that. What is it? R play info 3. There it is. All right. So what that does is now you can actually see in the top right. It's a little tough to see, but and you can't really see it because of my referral code kind of being in the way. But what that does is it tells you how well the server is performing, and what else it is. I always have a blast when I play this. The game is still in alpha, obviously, and I've mentioned that many times. It's just one of those types of games that it's been in development for 8 years. Well, going on 9 years now. Well, technically, the game didn't start getting developed until 2013. And even then, you got to remember, they built everything from scratch. So even though it was made in it started to be made in 2013, they built everything from scratch. So it was still a year or two before they even had any gameplay that they could really show off. And then they've had to build the systems from scratch. And when you're making a game like this, especially on the Cry engine, which really wasn't meant to be played on an engine like this. So I honestly feel that if the game would have been made with, like, say, Unreal Engine 4 at the time, or yeah, I think maybe it was on Unreal Engine 3 back in 2013. If they would have started with Unreal Engine 3, then they could have upgraded to 4 and then eventually upgraded to 5. I really feel that everything would have been a lot more smoother instead of using the Cry engine. The Cry engine is almost a dead engine, and it's really not made for a style like this. The Cry engine is not made for MMOs. It is just not. Cry engine was never used for huge, like, open universes and stuff like that. It was made for smaller, linear type of levels, first-person shooters mostly, like Crisis and whatnot. All those levels are big, but you guys saw that, yeah, you can get some amazing, realistic-looking textures and the graphics. I mean, even back in the day when Crisis came out, no computer could run it at 60 frames, period. Even today, it's very, very difficult for a computer to run Crisis to this day. And that's not on the developers and the optimization. It's on the fact that the Cry engine is just very, very difficult. And it's almost too realistic. I mean, that's why the game looks so good, this game. But that's why it doesn't. One of the many reasons why I don't think it runs very well, even no matter what they do when it comes to how optimized they're going to get this game. It's still, I feel, very, very limited, mainly because of specifically that. All right, so as you can see, this is running significantly better. So it was pretty much the engine. I mean, that just says it right there. We're getting around the same frames. However, there's no hitches in the so-called frames. Therefore, that lets you know that it's running super, super better. What's going on, Alfonso? How you doing, bud? All right. You can see everything is just much smoother. Now, there's still always going to be hiccups here and there. It's just the nature of this game. And it's always weird. You see that right there, right? That's coming from this screen, right? I always felt that was annoying. It's too glossy. You can see it there, and you can see it there, and then you see it there. And I don't think there's anywhere you can go where there's not a... Well, maybe on this side. Let's see. Nope. See, then there's that one right there. So it doesn't matter where you go. There's always this this thing just sitting there kind of annoying you. All right. Okay, so let's see here. We're at Everest Harbor right now. We got our... I want to show you my new ship that I got. This is called the Asperia Talon. This is a great ship. This is probably one of the best light fighters in the game. Pad 2. And I'll show you why I love this ship. Gonna take a while for that to come, so let's bring out our missions and let's start setting missions up. Let's accept a group ERT. This is why I'm going to show you why this is such a great ship. All right, we need to go to mercenary and call to arms. All right, so 87,000. This is a lot of money for a mission that can barely take you just a few minutes to complete. So we're going to be going up against Hammerheads. Hammerheads are right now the toughest ship to face off against in the game. So here is the Xperia Talon. So it's supposed to remind you of a Talon, you know, a bird in flight. It's pretty cool looking. It's an alien ship modified to run for humans. And you'll see, like, right here, it's got a gun rack for you to place your weapons and whatnot. Every ship now has a gun rack. So you get in through the front here, so you just essentially look right there. Now, if you step far back, this will happen. If you step back in the middle of the animation, you'll automatically just appear inside. But all you have to do is just wait and think that there's an animation for you getting in the ship. It's kind of like a little bit of a glitch. Do I have my helmet? Yes, I have my helmet on. As you can see, now it finally finished and it's shutting. And you'll see this thing open up. Watch this, it's pretty freaking cool. That opens up like that. There we are. Alright, so we have got a few different locations to go to. One of them being there, 85 away, and then I think there's two of them over on this side. Well, actually, no, there's... There we go. Okay, we got 151. Let's go to this one first. I'll show you how this ship looks. It's so beautiful. All right, so where is it? I think it's this one here. No. It's that one. Okay. So before we actually hit there, I want to make sure that I've got everything set up perfectly. So we're going to zoom in, we're going to go to our items, and we're going to take our distortion scattergun, and we're going to start to overclock some of these. Now, sometimes you might have to click it a few times in order to get it to do it, but it looks like it's good to go.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
All right, this is the most nimblest and fastest of ships. Like you'll see, you can also, how do you call it? You can afterburn for as long as you want in this ship. So what you do is you do this in the opposite direction, move forward this way. Look at how quick that is. That is just too, that is so good. All right, there we go. You'll see that this is an Aegis Hammerhead. Now this is going to be very tricky to take down. And it does take a little bit of time, but these are the biggest ships. Like if you were in a lot of other ships, if you're in like a Gladius or something like that, you would have to have the correct weapons to take this out. But because this ship has 2 size 4 weapons, you can actually take out a ship of this size. Otherwise, you would not be able to. So if it wasn't for the fact that we have 2 size 4s, we're actually able to take this ship out. But you got to get in close, and you got to stay there, and you'll see what I mean. Always want to be on the move. You never want to stay still. And here we go.
Attack on shields. Weapons too hot. Shields fully charged.
All right, so for some reason it's glitched right now. Give me a sec. I can't fire my second weapon. Come on, go, 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 go. Oh, shoot. Okay, I got to get out of there before I do that. So sometimes, see, okay, it says that it's there. Attrition on 1. All right, here we go. So let's set the attrition 4s on 1 and there we go. Perfect. All right. Now I got it set. We're good to go. It's a little bit weird. You have to set them to the right parameters or else they won't fire. So now we've got our attritions there and our scattergun there, and you'll see how well this does.
Contact. Attack on shields. Shields fully charged. Weapons too hot.
Okay.
Weapons too hot.
Oh, it blew me the freak up. Holy crap. Yeah, that did not... It was too laggy. That did not go the way that I wanted it to, and that thing blew me up super quick. So... Normally, you're able to do really... You have to get in close. See, the Hammerhead can take me out super quick. It can take any ship out in this game very, very quick because of the amount of turrets that the game has equipped on it, and they're all controlled by the AI, and they just shoot at you really, really quick. So it's not an easy thing to do. Oh, North demotion. I have to take a look at this real quick. Did I just get demoted because of that stupid crap? Okay, we'll do the high target for now. It seems like some servers are having some problems here. Because that thing should not have destroyed us like it did. Not when we're moving around like that, but when the game lags, think of it this way. You're lagging in the game, but the AI is not lagging. So therefore the AI can hit you while you can't because the game is like paused, if that makes any sense. So claim this real quick. See, you'll see that takes 13 minutes for it to deliver. Now there's a way to speed up the process. If you pay a little bit of dough, you can speed it up to 2 minutes. So now it's going to take just under just over 2 minutes. But for right now, we'll just go ahead and take the Buccaneer, which is another great fighter. And there's somebody stuck in here. Where's my ship? Pad forward. Oh god, dude, get out of the way, man. Ah, 5. So he's going to pad 5. So
All you gotta do is press it once.
all right. Thoughts on Starfield? I'm actually really looking forward to Starfield. I hope it's going to be as good as what everyone wants it to be. So I'm looking really forward to it. I know a lot of you guys are as well. But the problem is we've had no real knowledge of what the game is going to be. We know what its premise is, but we want to see gameplay. I think at this point, if a game is going to come out next year and it's been in development for a long time, there's no reason why you can't show a little bit of a teaser of gameplay. But the fact that they didn't show any gameplay at all kind of has me scared. Because it's like, I know the game still has over a year away, but you should be able to have some type of gameplay to show off at this point. I mean, the game has been known for coming out for like 4 or 5 years. No reason why there can't be any little type of gameplay. Because here's the thing. This is the reason I say what I say. I love Bethesda games. Some Bethesda games are really, really cool. But I am not a fan of how Bethesda does RPGs. I'm just not. Just going to straight up tell you. So, if it's going to be like The Outer Worlds, then I'm not going to like it. I mean, The Outer Worlds is a fun premise, and I really think a lot of people enjoyed The Outer Worlds, and I understand why they enjoyed it. However, it was not a game that I enjoyed because it felt like Fallout 4 in space. I don't want a Fallout 4 in space. I want it... I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a fan of the way that Bethesda does their RPG systems and how it works. So I just want to see some gameplay before I make that decision of whether or not I'm really going to like it, you know? Alright, so before I go to the target's location, there's a few things that we have to do, just like before. We need to overclock our weapons. This specific ship has a lot of guns. So we're going to click everything to 0. And then now we're good to go. This is a great ship for combat too. It's just as fast as the Talon. But the Talon is still definitely better, even though it has way significantly less guns than the Buccaneer does. There he is. Like, I really enjoyed Oblivion, but Skyrim, I didn't enjoy their systems and the way that its mechanics were used and everything. I don't know. I just I wanted to, but I couldn't get into it as much as I wanted to. All right, see, they don't know I'm there yet. They're gonna know now. Well, hold on, they haven't. Still not yet. And fire. You gotta wait till you get close enough. Nice back and forth here. Almost got him. See, like I said, some ships are very, very tanky. Can take a lot of damage. Got him. All right, go, go, go. Where's the next one? I think he's up. Well, there's Both in different directions. No reason in facing off against anyone else. You only want to take out your targets. Otherwise, you're just wasting time. All right, let's get the next one. Again, I'm only in this Buccaneer now until we get the... Should be back by now, so we'll do one mission in this, and then we'll go back to the Talon. Talon is really the best. But if we look at how much money that we currently have 3,631,645. There's a specific ship that I want to get, which is called the Prowler, and that costs over 4 million, so that's why we need to do these missions until we have enough money to purchase the Prowler. The Prowler is pretty much the best bounty hunting ship you can get right now, with 2 size 5s and 2 size 3s. That combination is really, really good. And the reason it's so good is because it's still such a nimble ship. So this is a Vanguard Warden that we're going off against, which is another amazing heavy fighter.
Contact.
So you want to wait till you get to about 3,000 before you start firing.
Attention. Weapons overheating. Shield system is hot. Attention. Weapons overheating. Attention. Weapons overheating. Shield offline.
There he goes. All right, one more to go. Let's get out.
Shield system charging. Shield system online. Quantum drive is now on.
Yeah, so this server is actually pretty good. Yeah, this thing has like it's either 5 or 6 guns on it. But you got to remember that there isn't one ship that is better than other ships, outright better, that's in the same class. And how do I mean when I say this? Let me explain. So this ship here, right? This ship here is specifically meant for combat, clearly. And it's a light fighter. There are other light fighters as well. So what would make you want this ship more than, say, another light fighter? Say this ship and the Talon are both light fighters, so why would I want one ship over the other? Well, it depends on preference. This ship has a lot of weapons. However, those weapons are, the sizes of those weapons are significantly lower than the size of the weapons on the Talon. So the Talon only has 2 weapons. It has 2 size, potentially 2 size 4 weapons, right? Fixed. Or you could do 2 size 3 gimbaled. So what would make you want the Talon, which only has 2 weapons, over this ship, which has like 6 weapons? Well, that's easy, because the size of these weapons are only size 1 and 2, and I think that there's a size 3 on here as well. But they're significantly smaller weapons, which means that the damage output, even though there are 6 of them, is still might be only equal to what the Talon is. However, the shields on this specific ship are horrible. If you get hit like once in a Buccaneer, you're almost dead, because the shields are like crappy. They're like the crappiest you can get. So Drake, this specific manufacturer, they're more about having as much firepower as possible sent straight away, and less on. So it's like, okay, we're gonna make this ship so maneuverable that that we're going to give you crappier shields, but we're going to make the ship so maneuverable that you don't have to worry about those shields because you can move so fast through everything and you just won't get hit, period. But if you do get hit, you're pretty much done for. So that's how they kind of manage on which ship is going to be good or which ship is not going to be good. Like, do you see how much more maneuverable this ship is compared to that heavy fighter that I'm fighting right now? I could sit here and pretty much run around this ship all day long, and it's really not going to be able to hit me because the ship is just so fast and nimble. Like, he hasn't even been able to get a shot off on me yet. The only people shooting me are these guys, which are outside, and now I can focus my attention on them because we've just completed the mission. Whereas before, I would just focus on actually taking the targets. But since we've already got the money for that mission, we don't need to worry about it. We're going up against a Avenger Stalker. These are really good ships. They have big weapons on them too. It's got a size 4 weapon, so these are very, very good nimble ships. They're also a lot smaller, so therefore they can be tougher to hit. As you can see how maneuverable it is. There we go. All right, target destroyed. There you go. We just completed an easy mission. Got ourselves another, what was it, 38,000. So now we're at 367,000 or 3 million, whatever. Now, if you want to see the reputation, it all depends on the reputation. As you can see, the bounty hunter's reputation. We lost a little bit with Northlock because of, I think I was a security specialist, and now I went back down to a senior security agent because of me failing that one mission. Here you can see I'm a veteran guild member. They have different factions that you can work for in order to do your, these are just specifically bounty missions and whatnot. That's one specific, you always want to do the group targets. They give you the most amount of money. Although these ones give you the best amount of money. Let's do one of these. So this is another ERT mission, which means it's the highest ranked mission you can get. Usually this means you're going to be going up against like someone really, really hard to take out. It's possible that this could be a Hammerhead, and I don't believe I have enough firepower on this ship to take out a Hammerhead. Now you can equip you can get different weapons, but the thing about the Hammerhead is if your weapons don't deal enough damage every single hit to take down the shields, you'll never be able to take out the Hammerhead. That's why you need a specific weapon for shields and then a specific weapon to take out its actual hull. You usually use distortion cannons or you know, like really, really heavy hitting shield type of weapons. Take its shield out. Yes, you can get damage from asteroids if you run into them. Of course, you could blow your ship up. Hey, what's up, Still Broken? How you doing, bud? Now, the question is, what type of ship are we going to be facing off against? Very peaceful flight. As you can see, we've still not really taken any damage because this is such a nimble ship that it's just so super fast that it's hard to actually get a lock on. So what is this? This is a Hammerhead. So I don't honestly believe I'm going to be able to take this out. I don't think I have enough. I mean, we're going to find out real quick. But I don't know if I have enough firepower. Even though I have 6 weapons, I don't know if I have I don't know if I have a shield cutting type of weapon on here. That's what we're gonna have to find out.
Contact.
So get in close enough.
Missile
All right, so now we're close. No, I don't. Like I said, I don't know if I have enough.
Weapons overheating.
Oh, I just hit an asteroid. You see what happened?
Shield system is hit. Shield system online.
All right, let's find out. Let's see. Do we have enough here? I don't think I do, honestly.
Weapons overheating. Attention. Weapons overheating.
I'm doing a circle strafe here from the top down. But again, as you can see, look at the shields of this ship, and they're not going down. That tells you all you need to know right there. I will never be able to take this down with the current weapons that I have equipped.
Attention. Weapons overheating.
I mean, it don't even look like I'm putting any dents in it at all.
Your ammo is low.
And my ammo is already low on one of them.
Attention. Weapons overheating. Attention.
I could literally do this like for all of eternity and would never take this ship out.
Attention. Weapons overheating. Shield system online. Attention. Weapons overheating. Shield system is hit.
All right, I got to get out of here.
Weapons overheating. Shield system online.
You'll see that I'm kind of maneuvering in different and weird, unique ways. As you can see, they were starting to really take out my ship. So what I'm going to do now is I got to go back to Hurston, Everest Harbor. Go. And we got to get our other ship. Because this ship just does not have the firepower to be able to take it out. Again, you could equip certain things to be able to take those shields down. But as of right now, this ship is going to do nothing to that hammerhead. That's too massive of a ship.
Is now off.
Hold on, where did it go? Where'd it go? There it is.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
All right, so we're gonna get close enough. We gotta land. As you can see, the damage it did to the Buccaneer. Look at how the red side is really damaged. I mean, you might not be able to tell it right now. It kind of still looks like everything looks fine, but you can see the back end has been shot up, and it took quite a bit of damage on that left side. All right, so let's go ahead and call in comms so we can land.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear down.
Do I have a call sign for this ship? No, you are going to be able to name ships, but right now I don't think they really have that implemented just yet, but you will be able to eventually. All right, let's get in here.
Landing complete.
Okay. All right, let's go and get rid of this one. We don't need this one anymore. And let's get that Talon out. Should be able to take care of that Hammerhead with that Talon. As long as I don't get killed by it again. Yes, you need to put in the code. So you'll get an extra 5,000 credits by using my referral code. Before you complete the sign up of everything and purchase the game or whatever, you can use a referral code, and my referral code will give you 5,000 extra credits when trying to purchase something in the game. What's my resolution and all that? Well, I'm playing this in 4K, borderless, very high, everything's set to max. All right. Give it a second. And that's taken way too long. Server might be crashing soon. Yeah, because it's not showing up. There it goes. Man, that took quite a long time for that to show up. This is PC only, yes. Hello, Romeo from France. Welcome to the stream, bud. This tells me that a server crash is coming. Try one more time. It says it's on pad 3. Okay, let's see. Man, it's taking forever for these elevators. There it goes. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get to finishing up the Resident Evil Village walkthrough next week. Obviously I can't do it Sunday or Monday, so hopefully maybe Tuesday I'll be able to finally finish the last 2 videos. You got yourself an Avenger Titan for your starter ship. It's a great ship. Yeah, you just got to understand that it's still an alpha. There are going to be moments where things aren't always going to run the best, but I assure you, you will have those moments where the game will just run so great and it'll feel so good. You'll be really rewarded in its gameplay and all the different things that you can do. It's just, you got to be patient with it because it can take time. Exactly. When it works, there's no other game like it, but when it acts up, it breaks your heart. Lots of potential, just a lot of things to iron out before the game is done, you know? All right, so this is the ship we had before. Turn her on. Let's go ahead and overclock her.
Systems on.
Make sure this is set up right as well, or else it won't work.
Shields charging. Shields fully charged. Launch
Now,
complete.
we're going to head back to that same exact location.
Landing gear up.
And you saw that I fired so much into that hammerhead, but just could not take its shields down at all.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Now you're going to see what this ship can do if we don't die again. Yeah, that sounds about right, Sergeant Awesome. First 5 minutes usually. Now, that didn't happen my first 5 minutes, but my first 5 minutes were so long ago that that type of thing wasn't actually happening at that point in time. When I first started the game was back in 2016 was the first time I played it. So the persistent universe wasn't like this. There wasn't a full star system yet. It was just one tiny location at Port Olisar, and then you could go around to its moons, and that's it. You couldn't even travel on its moons or anything like that. It was very, very tiny compared to what the game is now. And that was 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. All right, so we know that there are other ships protecting it as well.
Contact.
All right, let's see if we can do this. It's hammerhead hunting time. So we got to get in close, guys. You cannot take this ship out from far away unless you have an Eclipse, which is a stealth bomber. So the ship doesn't know you're there yet. You'll know when it knows you're there. Roughly around 3,000 to 5,000 meters is when the ship will know you're there. All right, get ready. Now it knows. See? Radar lock. So we're getting in close.
Contact.
Now we're close. All right.
Too hot.
Now you're going to see a completely different...
Weapons too hot.
Look at its shields going down. Its shields are already down in the one side.
Weapons too hot.
See that scatter gun? That's like a shotgun blast. You can see the whole damage it's doing. You need to be this close as well, because it's the only way you're going to be able to do it. And you got that good circle strafing pattern, and boom! Congratulations, you just took it out. Now we can go after these little guys. You see how we couldn't take it out before in the ship we had?
Too hot.
This ship, I'm telling you, is the best light fighter in the game. Look at him. We already took out half of his ship.
Weapons too.
Dang, he is done, my friend. You are done. You're gone. And now it's time for you.
Attack on shields. Weapons too hot. Shields fully charged. Weapons too hot. Weapons
We're too fast for him to even be able to hit us. Everything he's shooting at us is well, he's hitting us. Got him. There we go.
Target destroyed.
We just took them all down. Just like that.
Fully charged.
That, ladies and gents, is why this is such a great light fighter. And we got more money. And now let's do the ERT. Hopefully 25,000. Is there another group ERT? BRT. We just got the one. The very highs are not enough. So let's do this one. It's another 25,000 quick for one target. Oh, it's right. He's right here too. My gosh. So he's not going to spawn in yet. So we're literally in the same exact place that he's going to spawn in eventually. But he is not here just yet. So we just kind of got to wait. Sometimes when you call a mission, and if it ends up being in the same location that you're currently at, it takes a while for them to spawn in. So you just sit here until they do. Yeah, they do plan on doing some VR in this game at some point, but obviously that's not on the radar right now. But it is going to be coming at some point. You know what? I'm going to move. Oh, there we go. Okay, here it is. All right, here we go. So we got another Hammerhead. Now, we might be early enough that none of its other supporting ships are here. So it might just be us against the Hammerhead instead of having those like two other helpers. As you can see, no other ship. Got to get in close. Got to kind of maneuver so that he doesn't hit us. Once we get in, remember, my weapons are only good when they're close.
Contact.
There we go. All right, his other friends have just come in.
Too hot.
Got to get in really close so we can do the circle strafe. His friends are here now.
Too hot.
Keep moving side to side. Hush, hush, eye to eye.
Weapons too hot.
The effective range of these specific weapons, especially the attritions, is 300 meters. As long as you are 300 meters and less,
Shields fully charged.
you will be you'll be able to do max damage.
Too hot. Weapons.
As you can see, nothing can really hit us too much because we're moving too fast around this ship. It cannot move fast enough to take us out.
Hot. Shields fully charged. Weapons too hot.
This is at the point where he knows he done effed up and he about to go down.
Weapons too hot.
His shields are completely gone and he done. There we go.
Weapons too hot.
And we just took out two Hammerheads just like that. Where in the previous ship, which was the same light fighter, had lots of weapons to it, which you would think would be better, but because of their size, they're not. They're now great. The Buccaneer is great against small ships, but it just cannot take out a Hammerhead, period. So there's no reason of even trying to take a Hammerhead on in the Buccaneer. But if you only want to go after small ships, well, then it's the perfect ship for you.
Fully charged. Weapons too hot.
Here we go. Another one done. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey. Another one bites the dust. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah.
Weapons too hot.
Now these are very, very nimble ships, so these can be very hard to hit. Also very difficult to shoot the ship when when you're in third person, but it's really cool when you take a look at it. Got it. Nice. Eagle 1, Fox 2. And there you have it, ladies and gents. Another mission complete. Now here, let me tell you though, if you're a single player and you're not playing with friends, do not buy a Hammerhead. There's no reason yet. Because the Hammerhead doesn't have any pilot fire, meaning that if you're flying the ship, you have no way of actually doing any damage to any ship unless you run into them. All of its firepower is specifically on turrets, which are manned turrets, meaning that you need other players, other real humans in those turrets for it to be a viable ship. Otherwise, do not get the Hammerhead. I mean, that's a waste of time, unless you just want to have the coolest ship out there, which the Hammerhead is pretty freaking cool. Don't get me wrong. All right, let's do another one of these. This is for 87,000. Now, we're going to be taking on 3 Hammerheads, but not all at the same time. This is the one that I died in because of that lag that was happening earlier. But like I said, if you continually move, you're not going to die. I mean, you're going to be just fine. You just got to keep like kind of shoot and maneuver. You've got to constantly be going up and down. You've got to use your thrusters in different directions. You never want to give your enemy a stationary target to shoot, because the Talon, yes, it has decent shields, but nowhere near as good as for you not to die within like a split second. I mean, if a Hammerhead hits you like from as close as I have to get in order to do any damage to it, you're done for. You got to keep moving. It's the only way that you're going to be able to take these targets out. Otherwise, you're going to realize that nothing works. And you got to remember this too: the weapons that come with this specific ship will not take out a Hammerhead. The weapons that come with this ship are 2 size 4, I think, laser repeaters, if I'm not mistaken, and they're not enough to do anything to a Hammerhead. They'll do everything to every other ship, but it cannot do anything to a Hammerhead, because the only way to take out, and I repeat, the only way to take out these Hammerheads is specifically to make sure that you've got like a scattergun or a distortion weapon. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate it for the super chat. Everyone give Paul a big shout out. You have to have something that specifically targets shields and can take heavy shields down, because the Hammerhead shields can regenerate so fast that you need something that's going to be able to make that regeneration not work. Does that make sense? So you have to know the weapons that you're using, and you gotta be prepared for everything. So, first target is only a Vanguard Warden. This one's going to be pretty easy. Vanguard Wardens will go down super, super easy when you have a scattergun to take them out with. The only thing is he's driving right into the sun, and I can't see him. So I'm going to move to the right here so that I can angle him not directly in the sun. Otherwise, it's you can't really see. He's got a bunch of ships with him, though, so we have to be careful. I gotta get in close. Remember, this specific weapon only works when we're close, baby. Again, keep doing that circle strafe. That's how you're gonna be able to fight with the Talon. Don't let them get the best of you. Don't panic. Got him. We'll go ahead and take these guys out because they're not going to be too difficult. And the specific weapons I have are not actual real armorage, meaning that you'll never run out of ammo. They're not ballistics. But you got to watch out, because these guys have scatterguns too, and they can take you out pretty quickly. Look at my shields in the back. Do you see how these guys are taking me out better than any than a Hammerhead could? Because these guys are more on our level. They're nimble fighters. They're just as fast as us, and you got to be careful when you're going against them, or they can kind of sneak up on you and take you out. Alright, his shields are completely down. But we only have one other weapon that deals actual damage. So it's kind of a mixture of... There's a lot you need to do. See, these ones can be tough to take out. See, it's a constant battle of going back and forth. Got him. All right. You're constantly going to get that weapons too hot thing because we have our weapons overclocked. And if you have your weapons overclocked, they're going to be way more powerful, but they're also going to overheat super quick. But here's the thing to mention is the attritions, which is the main weapon that does damage to the actual armor. It works better when it's hot. So these specific weapons actually work better when they're overheated. That is why you want to overclock them. All right, so we got one ship here. Destroy that like button. Do it for the Empire. Now I want to show you something really cool. So check this out. So notice how we're going to a stop, right? Not going to be getting any closer to this target. We're completely stopped right now, dead in space. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press forward and I'm going to afterburn. You can afterburn in this ship as long as you want. Watch. I'm afterburning. Look at how quickly we just went all the way up. All right? Look at that. No other ship will do that. No other ship will do that. It's an amazing ship when it comes to using afterburn. And the whole trick about it is to use it during combat so you can continually get closer to your target and then get further away from your target whenever you want. And your ship doesn't overheat. It doesn't do anything like that. It's perfect. Now, if you want to use that in the opposite, you afterburn, you turn around, and look how fast that went down. You see what I mean? It's like it's the perfect way to counteract yourself from going too fast into an asteroid or something, you know. And you can usually go about 300 and still maintain good maneuverability on your ship.
Missile locked. Weapons too hot.
See how we just got really close after we turned around to the ship? You would not be able to do that in any other ship.
Weapons too hot.
I mean, we're moving so fast that they just can't get... No other ship can maneuver over 200 meters per second. They just can't do it. It's just impossible. That's what makes this one of the best ships.
Weapons too.
What do we got here? We got a Vanguard. We'll take him out pretty quick. It's almost not worth taking these guys out, like I said, because they don't really give you enough. You only get 1,000.
Weapons too hot. Weapons too hot.
And the ship that I'm taking out here is such a great ship. You can easily take out hammerheads with a Vanguard. Easily. I mean, it's... The debate right now is pretty much Vanguard versus Talon. Because the Vanguard, you can have a size 5 and 4 size 2s. All on the nose of the ship. So 1 size 5 fixed and 4 fixed size 2s. That's a lot of firepower. Especially if you, let's say you put like distortion cannons or scatter guns or whatever you can equip on the nose with the 4 size 2s. And then give yourself like a size 5 attrition. I mean, that's a better attrition than what I currently have right now. It's just it's not as quick and agile, so but it can take a lot more damage, therefore you don't have to be as quick and agile because your shields will last significantly longer in that type of ship, which you just have to say, okay, what type of fighter do I want to be? Do I want to be the type of fighter where you're never going to get a shot on me because I maneuver too fast and I come in as close as I can and take you out? Or are you going to be like a Vanguard where I can be literally 5,000 meters away from you and then start shooting you before you even see me, and then you're dead before you even have a chance to fire back at me? So you have to ask yourself, which type of fighter do you want to be? Because the Vanguards are great for taking out targets before they even have a chance to even fire back. Whereas you can't do that really in a Talon. You could, but that's not the purpose of the Talon. The purpose of the Talon is to get in close as quickly as possible. Whereas the purpose of the Vanguard is to hit you with so much strength before you even have a chance to do anything. See, now we're going up against a Hammerhead. So only one Hammerhead we had to actually take out. Alright. Doesn't have a radar lock on us yet. Now it does. Good old circle strafe, baby. Remember, it fires way better when your weapons are hot. So don't be afraid if your weapons get hot with these weapons that I currently have.
Weapons too hot. Weapons too hot.
Oh my god, okay, something hit me. I was an invisible asteroid. This could kill me. If I don't get back on track, it could easily kill me because if that gets just one shot on me, I'm dead.
Weapons too hot.
There's a lot of invisible asteroids that can kill you in this game.
Weapons too hot.
Got it, alright.
Attack on shields.
We just got 80-some thousand credits. And I just ran into the freaking... Oh my god. Oh no! And I just destroyed my ship. We just blacked out, so hold on, give it a second. So I ran into the Hammerhead. After I destroyed the Hammerhead, it's splat out into a bunch of pieces.
Fully charged.
I'm blacked out right now. It looks like we're going too fast. But I think we still got the credit for it. I'm blacked out completely right now, and I can't see. So this is the other thing that this is one of the negative things about the Talon, is that if any of your wings get clipped for any reason, there you go. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. You can no longer maneuver your ship at all. You see what I mean? Look at this. Although it still says my wings and everything are still there. So I might be able to come out of this. I don't know. Right now we're in kind of a dead spiral spin. Oh god, I just hit something else. What the heck? Oh my god, I hit the Vanguard Ward and fell into me. And now I'm going back into a blackout. Hey, what's up, Gary? How you doing, bud? We just went back into a freaking blackout again. This is... this is hilarious. I gotta slow down. I gotta... You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. I want your love. There you go. I'm coming back. I'm coming too. My shields are critical. Come on, baby. We're coming almost. Okay, I'm spinning that way, so if I can spin in the opposite direction, might be able to get to slow down. The Vanguard warding, is that still spinning too? Gosh, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this thing out of a spin right now. As you can see, the only thing I can... God, we're still spinning so fast. How can I stop this spin? I'm trying to think what I can do to stop this spin. I don't think there's really anything I can do. I mean, I think it's just damaged something on my ship that forces me in this spin, and there's like nothing I can do to get out of it. The only thing I can do here is let me try. I'm going to turn the engines off. Okay, it stopped me. Almost stopped. And I'm back, baby. Yes. Oh, but I can't spin. Yeah. So something's wrong with the ship. I'm in a constant... I can no longer maneuver. See? I can go fast. I can... But as you can see, I am still in a constant spin. And I cannot turn my ship at all. Let me try a power off. Nope. Stop. There it is. Oh, I almost had it power off. Literally, I am a sitting duck right now if anyone decides to fire on me. But I did get her to stop. As you can see how much damage I've taken. Look at all that damage. Okay, let's try to power back on.
Systems activating. Systems on.
But as you can see, I can no longer move left or right. Nope. Nope. I can move forward, but I can't turn left or right. And see, as soon as I start to move, I'm in a constant spin here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something. I'm going to power off completely. Wait till I stop. Oh, great. Oh, they're back. Okay. This is going to be dangerous, but I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know if it's going to work or not.
Systems activating. Systems on.
See, they're still firing on me. I need to get out of here. Okay, so as you can see, the more I move, it just starts to spin. Unfortunately, you can't just... They don't have repair in the game as far as repairing it like on the fly. They're going to in the future, but there's really nothing I can do. So I'm going to try to get far enough away from these guys to where I can stop without them being near me, get out of the ship, and then get back into the ship and see if that fixes it. Sometimes that'll actually fix it. All right, so power off.
Systems off.
Wait till she stops. You can see we lost. I lost. That's why. Notice how that side is flailed out, but that side is not. So there's damage to this right wing side here. All right, the good news is I believe that I'm completely stopped. All right, so I'm going to give this a shot. And they're destroying the ship. They're still after me. Okay. Alright, get in. Come on, don't destroy the ship yet. No, let me get back in. Let me get back in. No, no. No. Well, that did not go according to plan. But as you can see, I'm actually still alive. Now, where is those other ships at? There's one. If I could get to it, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it, though. No, because it's disappearing. Well, I could literally try to hijack that ship. If I wanted to. Hold on, is that? Nah, yeah, that was my ship. It just... Well, things didn't go according to plan. How did we get ourselves in this situation? Strain, what happened? Now, we could either ask people to help us out, or we're just going to have to commit suicide. So there's a few different options you can do. First things first is I'm going to try to ask someone for help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a beacon. So if you go to your contracts, you go to beacons, and you hit create beacon. I need a personal transport. Destination Everest Harbor. Set payment. I'll give them 10,000. So give it a second for the beacon to be created. There we go. So this now just showed up on everyone's personal radars. Everybody out there, right? That's every human player. So it says Sinistrano 1 is requesting transport from Ariel to Everest Harbor. Upon the successful completion, I will pay them 10,000 Alpha UEC. Let's see if anyone actually accepts. Now, I could literally just go straight into the planet. But that would be suicide. So far, no one has accepted it. This is the thing. See some human players probably don't really care too much about accepting your beacons. But hopefully, what's supposed to happen in the future is that NPCs, non-player characters, will be able to accept your beacon and shuttle you back to a specific location. Otherwise, you're just kind of screwed. But if nobody accepts it, the other option is these are where enemies spawn in, and you can do bounties. You can probably try to sneak up on one of their ships and then steal it. But you can see how far away I am from these, and it would take me probably quite a long time to travel from here all the way over to these asteroids. And then even getting all the way over here. See, I'm trying to explain to you what you're going to be able to do once the game is final, because as of right now, with me being right here in this game, your best option is just to go ahead and commit suicide. You'll go back to Everest Harbor. You'll be all fine. But when the game actually releases, that's not something you're going to want to do, because every death that you have, you become a clone of your former self and you lose something. So there's a permadeath, and it's a little different. It's not going to be, you don't want to die. But in the alpha, that's not in the game yet. So it's just a simple to do the other, you know, it's just a... So since no one is accepting this, no other players out there want to help the lonely Centestrain 01, I'm going to cancel the beacon and do the worst. Commit suicide. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to automatically be spawned back in the last location that I was, which is Everest Harbor. I know it says Area 18, but don't believe that. That's glitched. There we go. And I wake up in my bed like all is fine. Nothing to see here. I wanted to really see if someone would actually come and get me, so I'm sorry if that seemed a little boring to all of you, but I just wanted to see if there was a good, decent soul in this lobby. But as you can see, in a lot of games, sometimes you're going to play with people that don't really give two craps. Like, right now, everyone is firing on Port Alisair, and they're not letting anyone spawn in there. Those are called griefers, which are the most horrible type of players in the game, that they just want to ruin the experience for everyone else. That they kill them at their spawn. It's like pretty much spawn killing. See, look, see this guy right here. He could have accepted my beacon, came and got me, and would have got an easy 10,000 credits. But no. Yeah, the server has taken an awfully long time to check ships. All right, so what we got to do is we got to claim the ship because it was destroyed. We have lifetime insurance on our ship, so we'll never have to worry about having to pay. However, if you wanted to expedite your ship, then you could pay the expedition fee. Let's get out our Crusader Mercury Star Runner. I'm going to show you a different type of gameplay that you can do in this game. So I've showed you bounty hunting, but now we're going to mine. I'm going to show you what mining is in this game. It can be fun. It can be maybe boring to some people, so we're only going to show just a little bit of it because I don't want to bore you to death. But it just depends on what type of gamer you are. Some people just want to play this game so they can do bounties and do that. I know that says it didn't do it, but last time it did, so I just want to see if it shows up on my screen here. It did. It's on pad 6. So even though it says the ship didn't land or didn't come, it's right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some mining. Mining is a very, very lucrative way of making money in the verse. We call Star Citizen, we call this the verse. You know, universe, the verse. So what it is the type of mining that we're doing is not space mining. We're going to be doing hand mining. However, we're going to be using a vehicle to hand mine. So there are two types of hand mining that you can do. There is vehicle hand mining, and then there's hand mining, where you yourself, hold on, what was it, pad 6, where you yourself actually have like a weapon in your hand that mines. We're not using that. We're using a vehicle that you can get that does the mining for you, but you're still mining hand harvestables. And there's also ship mining as well. Those are the big rocks. What we're doing are the smaller form factor rocks that are meant for people that want to get up close and personal to their rocks. They make different amounts of money. There's 3 types of rocks that you can mine: Haddonite, Alpha and Dalvine, I think. This is my Mercury Star Runner. This is the Millennium Falcon ship of Star Citizen. So you can't see it right now because it's I guess this station is blocking the sun, so you can't really see the look of the ship as of right now. But let's go ahead and get inside here real quick. Turn the lights on. As you can see, this is a much bigger ship than the one we just currently had, and there's a reason for that. So let's get inside. We're going to go ahead and take her to a location where we can pick ourselves up a vehicle to mine in. All right, so where are we going to mine? Let's go to
Systems on.
Aberdeen, I believe, is a very, very good place to mine. We just need to find a specific... Actually, let's not go to Aberdeen. Let's go to Ariel. Bezdark or Bezdek. Let's go to Bezdek. Go. All right.
Launch complete.
Welcome to the Crusader's Mercury Star Runner. She's a beauty, folks. She's a real beauty. Now you guys can actually take a look at her a little bit because the sun's kind of showing on one side. Very beautiful ship. All right, let's head to our destination here, which tells us we need to go over here by the line on the radar.
Quantum travel.
What are you doing, Mama?
Quantum travel complete.
All right, and we're heading over here. This is not a fighting ship, meaning that there are only 2 size 3 weapons on this ship. So you do not want to get into any scuffles in this ship. However, you have such high armor and high shields that it's going to be very hard for any ship to take you down. But this ship is not meant for combat. It's meant for smuggling. It's meant for cargo. It's meant for doing what I'm doing here, which is holding on or allowing you to go to a specific ship or something like that, or to mine with other types of vehicles. So we just need to go to this specific location here, and then we're going to grab our rock. And then we're going to do a little mining.
Quantum travel engaged.
Now you'll see that this planet is very, very hot. So Hurston...
Complete.
Oh my god, huh? So this is a very, very hot planet. Well, technically this is a moon, not a planet, but it has an atmosphere and it works like a planet. Some moons will have atmospheres, some will not have atmospheres. Specifically, we're heading to this location to grab a vehicle, but it's a very, very hot. So if we were to go out of here with the current armor that we have on, it'll tell us how long we would live, which will probably not be that long. You want to have specific armor that is made for hot or cold temperatures. Let's speed up a little bit as we're getting a little closer. I'll show you guys. Like I said, this is the Millennium Falcon of ships in Star Citizen. A very beautiful ship. Okay, we're getting close. Landing gear down. All right.
Gear down.
Should be able to land at this pad here. All right, since they're over there, we're going to turn ourselves around. Perfect. Gonna look and make sure that we're landed straight on this helipad. Move a little bit forward.
Landing complete.
Turn off our engines so that we so that our ship doesn't. So you just want to turn your engine off. Never power your ship off when you land at a landing pad or anything like that, because if you power your ship off and there are enemies around, your shields are also powered off, and you don't want that to happen. So this is the Crusader, and I'll give you guys a little tour. I do this every stream, but there might be some new people in the chat that want to see it. You've got your habitation area. So you've got a few screens that you'll be able to sit at and work on some things. You've got your bathrooms. As you can see, the toilet comes out and you've got the shower overhead. Same thing on the other side. Lockers for storage space and your beds. You can adjust the lights on or off. It's a 3-person crew, as you can see, the captain and then two others. On the other side, we have the recreation area or dining or what you want to call it. This is where your recreation spot. You can play chess or and this is actually a playable game. See, I can take this and I can move it here. Fully playable. There's also a secret here. If you place one of your chests on top of there, it'll unlock a secret cabin underneath for smuggling. However, no reason to show that right now. And head to the servers. This is a data ship, meaning that some ships are cargo heavy. These are two turrets that you can get into up and down. These are all of your data storage, meaning that there's going to be missions where you're going to be able to store data on your ship and you just deliver it from one location to another. That's another part of gameplay that you're going to be able to do in this game, but it's just not in yet. And this is your cargo area. All this is cargo. There's a secret hatch over here that you can open up, and this is one of the locations that will take you. This is where you can store your, right here, cargo that doesn't get shown on your grid. So if you're smuggling illegal items, this is where you're going to want to put it. And as you can see, this is that underage store that I told you about. Close that up. There's also another area over here that you can get into. Engineering. This is where all your engineering stuff is stored. Looks like there's a door here that you can't get into, but the opening of it is over here. And then it opens that up, and there's another way you can get in. It's a very, very awesome ship. All right, let's go out and let's do this. Hopefully we won't have any crashes. 30Ks. All right, so we're heading over to here, and the reason that you know this is the landing pads is because you see the two small landing pads right next to it. Notice, right now our survival rate is 17 minutes. If you look at the bottom left, you see that it says 17 minutes and 42 seconds, meaning that the current armor we have equipped will only allow us to survive out in this harsh environment for 17 minutes and 33 seconds. So let's get inside. We're going to change armors. Cycle the pressure so that way air circulates, and then now we can breathe. You can see that that meter went away. So now we can go ahead and change our armor so that we have something that will allow us to last longer. So you want to go to undersuit, and then you can click on either the Pembroke Armor or the Novikov Armor. So you got to look at the temperature rating. So this is a very, very hot climate. So you can see that that gives you from negative 225 to 75 degrees Celsius, or the Pembroke gives you from negative 75 to 225. So this is what you want for this environment, because this is a hotter environment, so you need more protection in the hotter environment. If you were on New Babbage or on Microtech, which is a cold environment, this is what you want. So you want the Pembroke. You can also get the Pembroke helmet if you want to, but that really doesn't matter. You're still going to be preferably good to go with this. You just need to make sure that she still has her armor or the helmet on, because sometimes it can take away your helmet and then you're screwed. So these are the weapons that, or excuse me, you're going to see a lot of different types of vehicles that can be come out of here. So first of all, we need to claim the rock that was in our Crusader a while ago. Only takes 28 seconds. So once that file is claimed, as you can see, 27 seconds we'll be able to get it out. There's also another type, which is called the Greycat Rock DS. The Rock DS is meant for, it's a bigger mining vehicle, but it's meant for two people, one person to drive and one person to mine. So we're just going to take the Rock, which is meant for one person who can mine and drive at the same time. Although this Rock is better equipped to run around the planets because it has 6 wheels and this one only has 4, which you'll see here once it spawns. Remember, guys, if you want to try the game out, you can get into the game, I think, for about $40, and you get a starter ship, and then you can go from there and purchase whatever ship you want in the game using in-game credits. So there is the Rock. Now you'll notice that once we come out here, we'll have a significantly longer lifespan. Make sure the helmet is on, because sometimes it'll not be on. Once we leave the environment, you'll notice that that no longer appears at the bottom where it says that we'll only be able to last for so many seconds. So this is a moon, so the atmosphere is different here. Notice how we can jump for longer periods of time, and the gravity acts a little bit differently. There's less gravity than there is in other places, so you can kind of float around to get around pretty quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and fly or get this into the back of our ship. It's always better to go ahead and be in third person on these. As you'll see, gravity has a different effect with vehicles like this, so you do need to be careful when you're driving. Perfect. Turn engines off. And hold Y to get out of the ship. And there we go. Alright, let's go find some rocks to mine. I recommend that if you're going to be in this ship, that you do this. Once it's open, turn the sensors off. That'll keep these doors open, and then you no longer have to worry about these opening on and off. They just stay open. And it just makes it easier for when you want to go from the bridge to, you know, the cargo area. It usually takes 3 or 4 seconds for these doors to open. Now, when I would get out, it'd be as simple as look how quick I can go, you know, from one section to the other. I don't have to worry about waiting 4 seconds at every single door. It's just a much more enjoyable experience. You can also lock the doors. Let's say if I wanted to, let's say someone was trying to board my ship, right? Some pirates. Well, I could close this door and then I can hit the lock button, meaning that they could not come inside. I can even do it from the other side too. And they would not be able to come inside here and steal the ship. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to fly around the planet and we're looking for specific minables. So we need to turn our engines back on. If you take a look, once we did that, we're all good to go. Our ship is looking beautiful as ever, and then we're going to start mining. So we're going to lift off, and then we're going to start heading in the direction. So I set it up to about right here. Oh, wow, that didn't take long at all. We literally just found some right there. All right, so there they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the scan mode. We're going to hold down to scan, and then it'll tell you exactly what they are. Haddonite. I believe Haddonite is the best that you want. Haddonite is literally the best. It's simply the best. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go far enough past this. That should be good.
Landing complete.
Okay. Engines off, but keep the ship on in case some pirates start wanting to shoot at us. Well, our shields are still good. It takes a while to take a ship like this out because the shields are so good in the Mercury Star Runner. All right, so we need to release this, get in our ship, or get in our vehicle. We're going to start mining. It's not empty space. There are different locations and areas around the moon, but essentially there's going to be more put into it. But right now it can feel like there's not a lot, but there will be. I assure you, it's not just empty space. All right, so here we are. We have 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit M to turn on our mining laser, and we're going to look at one of these. And we're going to just point at it. It's going to tell us what it is, its concentration levels, and everything. Now, we're going to take our laser intensity all the way up to 100, and then we're going to click the right...
Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on.
Hold on, it's not doing it. Right now, it should be... Uh-oh, might be. Looks like it's glitched. I might have to try... Let me make sure. Let me turn things back on and off here.
Systems off.
It's definitely Brandon's fault.
Systems activating. Systems on.
All right, so for some reason... I can't get... it to fire.
Systems off. Systems activating.
Sucks. Come on.
Systems on.
Like I said, you're going to get glitches. I mean, this is just what happens in this game.
Extraction mode on.
All right, so I cannot move back and forth, so something is not right with the ship. I think I need to do... Give it a second.
Fracturing mode on.
Oh, that sucks. Yep, doesn't seem to be... I don't know if mining is messed up. Let me see. So what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to be working. But as I can tell as of right now, nothing is coming out. So I might have to exchange this one in. It could just be a problem with this specific one. Because as you can see, I'm hitting the button and nothing is coming out, and it's supposed to. Weapon system locked while in... That's why. Okay, so now I know why. So you can't mine these. So you can mine these, but I don't think you can mine these in this vehicle. Let me see. Let me test this. The reason is you can't fire anything right now. Do I have... Let me see if I actually have a... Because we're still in the armistice zone, I don't think I can actually use... I have the multi-tool. Mining attachment. Okay. All right, so I should be able to... Yeah, so I can't even bring out anything. So yeah, that's why. All right, so it's very misconceiving. So even though these are here, you cannot mine them right now in the game because we're still too close to the perimeter and it considers the mining a weapon. So we have to get back in the ship and we have to drive outside of the armistice zone. And that's why. It makes sense. In the game, you're going to be able to fire next to these locations, but right now, you can't. It's done so that people can't try to shoot you when you're on, when you're at bases, you know, griefers and stuff like that. So unfortunately, we can't do this right yet. We just need to move further away. I was wondering why that wasn't letting you do it, but now I know exactly why. So even though you will be able to when the game is actually released, you can't do those specific ones right there. Have to get further away outside of the armistice zone so that your weapons will work. Right now there's like something that keeps your weapons from working while you're that close to a base. I know it's very weird to explain, but that's right. We'll have to find new ones. All right, let's get out of here. There you go. See, now we're no longer in armistice zone. So let's go ahead and start scanning. Got one possibly over here. Now, there's going to be two different types of minables here. You'll see these. That's an asteroid. When you see that, that tells you it's an asteroid, and we cannot mine that. We don't mine asteroids. They're too big for us. You need an actual ship that mines, not a vehicle that mines. So we just got to keep going. All right, we got another possible one up here. Once you get closer, it'll tell you, see, that's an asteroid. Or not an asteroid, but it's too big for us to be able to mine with hand. So it's just a matter of going and continuing through, or just doesn't matter where you look, just going around the planet looking for hand minables. I usually always prefer to go in a straight situation. I know there's ones on the side, but if you start doing that, then you end up accidentally looking at one you've already looked at. So you always just keep going forward. All right, so that's okay. So we got another. Nope. All right. As you can see, there are a crap tons of mining for ships, but we haven't seen any as of yet for hand minables. But you do get a lot. See, if we were able to mine what was there earlier, that was Haddonite, and that is the best mining you can do for hand minables. And you can gain quite a bit of money very quickly, especially if you run across a bunch of hand minables that are Haddonite. But now you can finally start to see why a lot of people don't want to do mining, because it can be a little time consuming trying to find exactly what it is you're looking for. But this... we may have just found one. Oh my gosh, that's a lot right here, but it's all none that we can actually do. So it looks like we have another one possibly over here. Nope, looks like those are both again the same. They look like gems. That's how you know which specific ones that you're wanting or that you need. The ones that look like gems. Nothing as of yet. Usually it doesn't take me this long to find something. Now that looks pretty small. This could possibly be what I want, and it is not. But you can tell when you want to go out mining, man, and you're in your prospector or ship, you're going to be able to find, you're going to easily be able to find mining for prospector ship. No, there's going to be harvestables on here. This is one of the best moons to actually go, and there we go. We found... nope. Wow. I thought we would have found some right there. What about over here? It's got to keep looking. We're going to find one eventually, guys. It will eventually find us. I mean, they're all over the place, just... It's usually never taken me this long to find my specific ones. Wow. This is like the longest it has ever taken me to find hand minables. There we go. Finally, guys. All right, just a shade under a decade it took us, but we finally got them. All right, so here they are. Probably not going to be what I want, I'm sure. But let's see. There are 3 different types. Yep, Dolvine. Dolvine's like the worst you could get. But for the sake of me just being able to do this, I want to show you. Now this is the only way to search for him.
Landing gear down. Landing complete. Engines off.
All right. All right, there they are. Gonna back up, go right over top of them, and then okay, here we go. All right, so you see the white? It's going to go to the green side on that right. You use your mouse cursor, the scroll wheel.
Warning. Power critical.
Come on, power down.
Warning. Power critical.
You want to keep it in the green as much as possible without it power criticaling. So it's a constant mix of going up and down. Here we go. Once it breaks out, you're going to switch
Extraction mode.
to extraction mode, and then you're going to use your extractor. And then it's going to extract everything you get. Too far away. And you pick it up like this. One still behind there. We'll switch again.
Extraction mode on.
Wait till it gets to the green on the right side. Once it does, then you need to start to power down. Try to keep it in the green as much as possible.
Warning. Power critical. Warning. Power critical.
Man, it keeps... I think the server is really bad right now. That's why it's doing this. Yeah, the server is... Man, the server is totally messed up. It's gonna explode.
Critical.
Yep. That's what happens when it explodes. Then you have to chase them. So you gotta be careful. The server's gotta be crazy right now because it shouldn't be having this much of a problem to mine. Here we go. Stay there. Keep it in the green. Oh, it's going in the red. Look. I mean, that's just crazy. There's no reason why I should be doing that. These dull vines are the easiest ones to get.
Warning. Power critical.
There we go.
Extraction mode on.
All right. All right, so here's the problem. We got to go around and grab all these. That thing went 70 some meters away. Gotta watch out because these things can really bump you and... Alright. All right, so we did it. All right, so I'm just going to show you what it is to turn it back in. So you need to go to an outpost, preferably ones that have a mining, or it's called storage. And that's where you can turn them in to get your profit. But this is exactly what mining is. I know some people would consider it to be very boring, but this is a very fleshed out system that I think they've done actually a decent job with.
Engines on.
I don't know why, but my thing is... There it goes. Okay.
Complete.
All right. I don't think we're too far away from that station. Let me see where it is. We're not too far away from Bezdek. $47 kilo. Okay. So we'll just travel along here. Seen anything in our path as we're going along. You can narrow it down so that it just focuses what's straight in front of you. All right, we just found some more. Let's scan and find out what they are first. That should be your first objective. If they're Dolvine, you don't want them, but they're Haddonite and you want them. This is exactly what you want, guys.
Landing gear down. Landing. Engines off.
Is it not sub only? It still should be sub only. The stream should be on sub only as far as comments go. So you notice how we couldn't find any before, and now we're just stumbling across them. So, you know, it's a hit and miss sometimes. All right, we've got a lot of Haddonite. This is going to be a lot of money right here, guys. See, the green is very small and the red is huge, so you want to be slow at this. You don't want to go too much. It's almost in the green. There it goes. Once you're in the green, that's when you want to wait a little bit till it starts to get to the top, kind of. And once it does, then you want to bring it back down. A little bit more. Keep it in the green. You have to bring it back up. It's a very, very back and forth thing that you got to do.
Extraction mode on.
And then rinse and repeat the process.
Fracturing mode on.
It's been in the work for years. The game is nowhere near finished, but it is a very, very playable state with a lot of hiccups that some people are willing to look over and some are not. We're getting a lot of Haddonite, which is good. This is what you want, guys. Haddonite is going to get you the most amount of profits. Just don't let it get in the red. The constant up and down with the scroll wheel. Almost. And there she blows.
Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on.
Yeah, I heard that this game and Half-Life 3 are going to be the games just are going to be probably the highest rated games come 2034, I think. That's how long it's going to take. This one has a smaller green area, so you really got to be careful. We're in it. It's a little tough to see, especially it's probably even tougher to see for you guys. But I can just barely make out the green section. They need to work on their UI because the UI sucks. It makes it really hard to even see anything you're doing. Come on, stay in the green, stay in the green. Almost got it. There you go.
Extraction mode on.
I think the server might be going... No, the server's okay right now. One more rock.
Fracturing
Two more
mode
rocks,
on.
actually. I think this game will finally come out when Battlefield 2042 is actually the game that comes out based on the year it is. 2042. Like I said, this type of gameplay is not for everybody, which is why we're just going to show it off a little bit. Because it even bores the heck out of me sometimes. If I'm being honest. But it's so very, very lucrative. And you don't have to spend money to do it. Meaning that... Or how do I say this? If you're going to be a trader, you have to put your money forward to get the cargo to trade, and then something happens to the game, it crashes, you lose that cargo, you lose the money you spent, therefore you wasted all of that money and you got nothing out of it. Here, I didn't put any money into this right here, I just started extracting. Therefore, if a crash happens, I just lose time, I don't lose any money. Same thing with bounties. You don't lose money, you just lose time. Whereas if you're into trading, you lose your money that you had to put forward to get the cargo, and it crashes, so you lost money and time. This is the last one, and then we'll head to the station. Oh, come on. Why is it going down? Come on. Got it. All right.
Extraction mode on.
Give it a second. Sometimes it takes a while for it to start picking them up. We just picked up a lot of Haddonite. Now, I want you to take a note. You saw us do that one mission where we had to take out 3 ships and we got 80-some thousand.
Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on.
And you saw how quickly we were able to get that, right? You'll see that this is lucrative if you don't want to do combat. However, it's not as lucrative as combat right now. Uh-oh, I hope I can get my... Oh, come on, get up there. This thing is hard to turn. Yes. I already made it in. Now we're going to go turn this in. Again, we could have been stopped by pirates at any time that are running around these areas because this is a very, very known place for a lot of hand mining or just mining in general. And there's pirates out there, human players that love to take all that you have mined and then turn it in themselves and then get paid. So you got to be careful.
Engines on. Launch complete. Landing gear up.
You can continue to scan. See, if I wasn't recording or streaming, I would just continue to scan and keep trying to get more and more minables. But we're going to go ahead and turn it in. Yeah, Star Runner is great. And it's perfect for this. It's perfect for mining. There's not really much else the Star Runner can do right now except for light cargoing and this, really. And that's about it. Very beautiful ship. All right, how far away? I think we're getting pretty close. It's right here.
Landing gear down.
You don't have to land on a landing pad, so never think you do.
Landing complete. Engines.
Your ship just needs to be somewhat close to the actual base itself in order to turn this in. There are 2 different ways that you can actually turn in what you have gathered. One way being this here. You come back here, you go into your, open your cargo area, and it tells you how much you have. You place it in a box, then you pick up the box, and then you take it in here, and then you sell it. But the easiest way and better way, as of right now until the game is more fleshed out, is to come, get your ship as close to the base as you possibly can, and go into the building that's labeled storage. Go to the kiosk, and you can sell it from there. So that's habitation. So storage is probably going to be one of these over here. Mining control. Storage. Your ship is close enough right now. You go over to this kiosk. Click on it. Go to sell. Locate your Mercury Star Runner. As you can see, we have filled up 213 out of 800 in the rock. And we picked up some Dolvine and some Haddonite. Dolvine isn't going to be a lot of money because I told you that that's not worth a lot. So you remember the first 3 rocks that we mined? Well, we only got 8,190 out of it. But those were 3 rocks, and that was very, very quick that we did those 3. But you'll also notice that once that order is done, we have the Haddonite. The Haddonite had the most. So we did 2 locations for the Haddonite, and we got 41,000. Obviously, not as much that we would get if we're just doing combat, but some people don't like combat. Maybe some people are not in a combat ship. This ship we have right here, maybe this is the only ship you have, and it's not a combat ship. So you're not going to get $89,000 for taking those guys out because you literally can't. So right now, it's obviously, yes, it's better to make money with combat, but not everybody can do that. So therefore, you do have other avenues of getting cargo or getting money, and we just earned another, 40-some thousand doing that. Wait for it to process. There you go. As you can see, it'll go up to 3,890, or excuse me, 3,895,000. Now, this is also where you could say buy certain stuff. Like for instance here, let's see, if we were going to buy, we've the problem is that we have only 7, okay, we can only use 78. So the Mercury Star Runner actually has 114 or 104 or something like that, but we can only use 78 because of the vehicle that we currently have located inside. So, oh, is there actually quite a bit of Laranite? We can actually take this, let's see. We can fill 7 SCUs of Laranite, okay, for 19,000. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I guess the rest I'll do is tungsten. This is what you can do when it comes to trading. Well, it does say that there's more. Nope, see, it's out. Tungsten is a good one. We'll do tungsten. It's fine. And we'll fill up the rest of it with that. Okay. All right, so we got tungsten. We're going to fill up the rest of everything else for 26,072 SCU. Now remember, we had 3,890,000 when we started this. Now we're at 3,849,000, so significantly a lot less. That's because our ship now has a bunch of cargo in it. This is another way to make money. Literally come into one of these stations, filling your ship up with cargo and turning it into a specific location. Now you notice what I picked up. I picked up 2 very specific things. Those things are good to sell from this location to the location I'm about to go to. Other than that, you don't just want to randomly pick something or else you might not make any money out of it whatsoever. Now notice, our rock is still in there. You can see it. But you also notice that all of the cargo is surrounding the rock, not straight on top of it. Notice how you can see the rock there? Now, if you come over here, you'll notice, I think there's going to be some more stored in here. Let's see if it does it or not. Yep. That's your smuggling hold that you'll be able to put illegal items in. But right now, it just stores it there. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this in. We're going to go to Lorville and the business district in order to sell this. That is where you can sell these types of items from a location like this. Bezdek is known for going from Bezdek Lorville, Bezdek, Lorville, kind of like a back and forth cycle. So we're going to hit F2 to bring up our star map. We're going to zoom out to Hurston, and then we're going to zoom back in. Specifically, we need to go to a location on it. Sometimes you can get in a little too far. Lorville right there. It's what says Everest Harbor, but that'll be right. That's perfect. Everest Harbor is right above Lorville, so it's the perfect place. All right, so we got to get out of the atmosphere before we're actually able to do that. So you want to get up to about 85 or 90 will be like totally straight up and down with the moon, as you can see. So I usually go about 85 so that I'm not going in the opposite direction, you know what I mean? Like flinging yourself around. And so we're just going to go up high enough to where we can get out of the atmosphere to be able to jump to Everest Harbor and then jump to Lorville. Crusader, in my opinion, has some of the prettiest looking ships, as well as Origin. And there you go. Look, as you can see, we're literally leaving that atmosphere. This was just one of them, you know, this was a very hot and dangerous moon, so there wasn't a lot to see. There's actually not a lot of places on this moon to travel to as well. Other moons actually have a lot more places that you can travel, a lot more different types of terrain, forests, trees, green, water. All the different planets have different things depending on how far they are away from the sun. So now we're out of the atmosphere itself. Should be able to jump down. And now we can jump to OM1, which will then take us to Everest Harbor, and then we're going to head to Lorville. I have smuggled contraband and other drugs. You have to watch out though, because sometimes you'll get randomly scanned by the police, and if they find those illegal drugs, you'll get a warrant out for you, crime stat, and you'll have to pay the fine, and you could go to prison. So you do need to be careful. This is the perfect ship for doing that, because you have a section of your cargo that cannot be scanned by scanners. So unfortunately, that is, I don't know if that's in the game yet or not. I'm not 100% sure, but it will be once those systems are online, and then you'll be able to take those illegal goods and you won't have to worry about them screwing you over. All right, so we're looking for Lorville. So you'll see all of these. Lorville is always, the main hub is always going to be the one that's shaped a little differently than every other one. And if you take a look at that, has a completely different shape than all of the other ones you see. So that's how you know. Looks like we're coming in at nighttime as well.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
All right, so we need to head in. Landing zone is going to be right here. You can see the outlines for the Tesla spaceport right there. Where we're eventually going to head is actually this building right there. But for right now, we've got to go to the spaceport. Then we can take a train over to that location. Once we get to 7,500 meters or less, actually I think it's more than that. I think it's like 13. Eventually you'll see over here, it's not there yet. The harbor, or the landing zone will show up. We can click on it and they'll set a landing for us. Right there it is.
Landing gear down.
Wait for it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You might have to do it twice. There it is. All right. It's a little difficult to see, I know. But, I mean, you got to think about it. This is space, you know. It's going to be difficult. You're not always going to be able to see everything you need to, so you got to pay attention to your surroundings and everything. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. I see the planet through this, which tells me that I might fall through. Okay, it changed. All right. If you see the planet like that, do not go in. Because if you do, you'll fall through space and you'll fall through the planet. Obviously, there are still glitches in the game, clearly. I'm in for a nice smooth landing.
Landing complete.
Here we go.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Now, because we've been able to land at this location, if a crash were to occur, everything inside our ship would still be there, meaning that we are 100% going to make the money off of everything we've done. If you do not land at a location or you haven't set the docking yet, then you have a risk of a crash and then losing everything in your ship. But because we've landed, the ship is now officially a part of Lorville, and we are good to go. Unfortunately, this is not free. It's not free anymore. I think you can get into the game for, I think the lowest amount of money is $40. $40, I believe, will allow you to get a starter ship and get into the game, which you're going to be paying $60 for this game when it actually comes out. So right now, that's a steal when you can pay just $40 to get in. You don't need anything else. You don't need special ships. You get in, you get one or two ships, one of the two starter ships that you want for the lowest amount of money, 40 bucks. You get into the game, you make a little money with your Aurora or with your, what's it called? Your, oh crap. I can't remember that other ship, but the two lowest starter ships. You start doing maybe delivery missions, do a few combat missions, start gaining money, and then boom, you're doing it. We're going to come here in a few minutes here, but first we're going to go ahead and head over to the business district and turn in this, hopefully a profit. Remember, we had 3,890,000. So that'll judge and that'll help you to figure out if what we bought and are selling was worth it or not. You might just make a few thousand out of what we just did, only a few. But if you're going to come back to this location already, then it's free money. I mean, you might as well go ahead and try. But that's the whole point, is figuring out, is the profit going to be worth it? We got 36 seconds to. And again, I thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I've tried to make it as fun as I can, but at the same time informative, because I am such a huge fan of these types of games. These are the types of games that I usually play at nighttime, where I can relax, where I'm not recording and I don't have to worry about being perfect in one thing or another. So these are my relaxing game. I think everybody has games that they just want to play, that they forget they're playing a game, right? That they just get so immersed. This Elite Dangerous are those two types of games that just get me so immersed in everything. So what's going to happen is we're heading to the business district, and that is where we can turn in all of the cargo that we just got. So you're going to see us. It looks a lot better in the daytime. It's going to be a little bit tougher to see at night as we're traveling along through here, but you'll see here. As you can see, there's the city. Not very light outside right now.
We're sorry. We've exceeded the allotted time for the park.
That's where we're heading. That big area right over there. You can see it right there.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
It looks a lot better in the daytime, obviously, but the next patch is coming out really soon, within the next couple of weeks, And that patch is supposed to bring a brand new landing zone and a brand new planet that's redesigned, which is Crusader. The Crusader has been the one planet that came into the game from the very beginning of the game. It's the first place that you could spawn. The Port Olisar, which is right outside of the huge gas giant, which is kind of just like Jupiter, Crusader. Well, they've redone it. They've redesigned it. It is now a planet that you can travel to and go into. It has a landing zone that's in the clouds because it's a gas giant, and therefore you cannot go to the actual planet and land on the planet because it's a gas giant. So that is going to be implemented in this next patch, which is coming out in the next few weeks. So we're all really, really looking forward to that. And as you can see, we are now in that huge area that you saw earlier. Hurston Dynamics. Yep, I plan on finishing Village of Shadows next week once I get back from this medical thing that I have to do for the military.
Interested in helping with one of Hurston's many charitable efforts?
I'm gonna head over here to our kiosk that we need to, and hopefully we'll actually gain a little bit of a profit here. Now notice how that light is very bright, and it's an invisible light too, because there's literally no light directly above us that would show off that. You go over here, it's still there. You go over here, it's still there, but here it's not because that light is stuck in that. You see how that light is following the whole way? So I prefer to go to this one here because it's on the right side. And if you go here, you don't see it and it doesn't blind you when you're trying to select something. So you need to go to sell, go to your location in the Mercury Star Runner. As you can see, it's full and we can sell. We're going to get a total profit of everything that we have at 49,000. Now, is that enough to get us any profit at all? Let's find out. First thing we're going to sell, that's for 28 and that's for 21. Look, we only had a little bit of Laranite. So let's, and you can see how expensive Laranite is. All right. Now the question is, when I do this tungsten, is it going to be more or is it going to be less? Was this a profit or not? Which I don't think it was. 3,899,000. I think it was a profit of like just a tiny bit. Does anyone remember exactly what I had before I bought those two? You can actually rewind the live stream a little bit and see, but I actually don't think it was really that much of a profit. Maybe just like a 1,000 or 2,000 of a profit. That's it. So completely not worth it, but I wanted to show you what the cargo trading is. All right, so we're no longer on that place. We're on a moon planet itself. So why don't we change back in to our normal outfit? Perfect time for the train. Eventually, there's going to be NPCs that'll be on these trains. Although I still think the best looking planet right now is Microtech. It's the one that's furthest from the sun. So there's a lot of ice. It's cold, but there's also one part of the planet that allows for trees to grow, grass, green. It's beautiful. I mean, it's amazing to look at. And again, I want to thank all the Patreons and members on the channel for help supporting the channel. For those of you that donate, either via the tip page in the description or the super chats, thank you for keeping the channel alive, and hopefully we can continue to grow through the next, few years. Don't forget to follow us on our Discord as well. It's a place where you can talk about different games. Maybe you have love for Halo. Well, there's people on our community that love Halo as well. So maybe you'll get to gain some new friends. Maybe Call of Duty is your type of thing or whatever. It's just a community for everybody to come together and feel like, there's no hate, nothing but love, no trolls. We make sure that every single person that is on our community Discord has a good heart, loves gaming, and loves being around people, and just wants to be a part of the family. So make sure you come over there and check out our Discord. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the ship kiosk. This is where you can buy ships. I told you we were going to take a look at it. The place is called New Deal. There's 2 locations in Star Citizen right now where you can buy ships. And this being one of them. The other one is on the other one is on Area 18, which the entire planet is a city. It's like pretty much Coruscant from Star Wars. Area 18 is. So there are 2 different things you can do. You can rent or buy ships in-game with using the in-game currency you make. Here is the ship rentals. So if we were to come in here, I'm going to turn the chat off so you guys can see the full screen. These are all the ships at this location that you can rent. So let's say you have a starter ship. It's the littlest of ships. You've done a little bit of combat in it, the easy missions. You've gained maybe, 20,000 credits or something by doing like 2 missions or something like that. And you want to try out a different ship. Well, you can try out the Avenger Titan for 1 day for 15,000 credits. And boom, now you can try out that ship and say, man, that ship flow, that was really cool. It has an inside, it can store cargo. It's a really cool ship. So I'm going to rent it, You can also rent it for 3 days. It'll be for 41,000. You can rent it for 7 days. It'll be for 294, or you can rent it for 30 days for 82,000, which is kind of weird. Wow, that's the weirdest thing ever. To rent for 7 days is 294,000, but to rent for 30 days is 82,000. So it's better to rent for 30. But let me tell you, you only want to rent a ship for 1 day. Other than that, you don't want to do it. Now, if it's a ship like this is a heavy fighter ship. This is one of the best fighters in the game, right? You can rent it for 1 day for 101,000. You don't want to do any more than that. If you were to rent for 3 days, that's 474. And if you're rent for 30, it's 1,524,000. You need to take a look at this because as you're going to see when we go over to the buy section, we'll specifically look at the Avenger Titan and the Aegis Warden, and I'll explain to you why you don't want to rent these for any more than 1 day. There's probably one ship that I would rent for more than 1 day if you really wanted to, and that's the Prospector, which is a MISC ship. And you can't rent it here. You have to go to a refinery or the cargo decks, I believe. Probably the refinery, I think, in order to rent it. But I just wanted to show you guys, there's a bunch of ships that you can rent. Look, renting a vehicle. This is a vehicle that you can, travel around on planets with. Only 562 credits. You already have enough money when you come into the game immediately to rent this and take it around and have some fun. But yeah, all right. So there's your renting. Now let's go over to where the buy is. So this is what I'm interested in. Because I've gained, as you can see, 3,899,000. Now we're very, very close to being able to purchase the Prowler, which is what I want. I don't think you can get the Prowler here, as there are 2 places to buy. I told you, Area 18 or here. I think Area 18 is the one that has the Prowler. But if you wanted to take a look at a few ships, This is where you can do it. So this is your starter ship. This is, again, what is it again? I can never remember. Okay, yeah, this, Consolidated Outland Mustang. This is not your starter ship. This is the beta. The beta actually has a place inside for you to sleep and whatnot. So this is a level above your starter, one level above. So your starter would be the Mustang Alpha, which is the same exact ship, just without an inside that you're going to see here. So this is a ship that you could purchase a package with. If we'll get you, I think it's like $40 for to get into the game, and this is the one of the ships that you would get if you came into the game. This has one of the nicest cockpit views. It's a great, fun ship to fly, and it actually has some pretty good, decent firepower as well. So let's say we turn the ship on, which you can't do it because it's a rentable ship.
Your journey begins now.
You don't get to see it, but it's a really cool. As you can see, look at the. I mean, look at the cockpit view. You don't even see any of the struts or anything in this cockpit view because look at it. It's such a great little mini ship. But you'll notice that there's a door behind there. You don't get this in the Alpha. You only get it here. So if you go off to the right and you say exit to rear, you can go back here. And you get a little place to call your own. How cool is this? And this is a very, very cheap ship to get, and I'll show you how much it actually costs in-game to purchase. But you get a bed to sleep in. This is so you can log out. Let's say you're in space. You got to go, you got something to do in real life. Log out, jump into the bed, log out. When you come back in the game, you'll automatically log in right in your bed, right where you were, and you can continue on with your adventure. That's the whole idea. So you got a sink, you got all this, and you got your bathroom back here, which has your schnitter and a shower. It's the 1-2 combo effect. I'm gonna take a crap while taking a shower. It's like it's the perfect cleaning rotation. But yeah, there you go. So that's your Mustang Beta. And again, I don't remember exactly how much it costs. I'll take a look at it now. So we're going to go to the left side this time, and we're going to hit exit ship. Now let's see how much it actually costs. 404,000. So you can buy this in-game for 404,000. Now, you literally saw me just complete a mission earlier when I took out those hammerheads for 89,000. So you did maybe 5 of those, and you've got 400,000, and you can go ahead and purchase this ship if you wanted to. So it's not like, obviously you're not going to... That just depends on if you have a Talon that can take out that type of ship. Otherwise, it might take you a little longer to be able to get something like this. But this ship here, now, this is a beauty. I want this ship. This is a Constellation Phoenix. This is the highest luxury ship from RSI, which is a manufacturer. You wanted to buy this ship, it's 5,658,000. We almost have 4 million, so we would just need to do a little bit more grinding in those missions, and we would eventually, we're pretty close to actually being able to get the Constellation Phoenix. Well, let's take a look inside her. This is a luxury ship. What do I mean by luxury? You'll see. But really what it means is this is a passenger ship, meaning that the whole purpose of the ship, once it becomes online, once the passenger stuff becomes online, is for you to literally take people, it could be NPCs or players, on a vacation, pretty much, an exploration vacation. Maybe the missions that you will get with this type of ship would be like, sightseeing adventure like in Elite Dangerous, where these people want to see this specific location. You take them to it. They've got a nice luxury ship that gets them there. Everyone's a winner. You make money. So you've got your cargo bay, which is cut off here, as you can see, just enough for you to enter your head. But it is also big enough for you to fit like a rover, like the Rock could go in here if you wanted to use this ship to mine with. But first things first is we're going to go up to the main section. So you step on here, hit the call button. And go up. There you go. This is your luxury ship. Now, if you go into the back here, now the lights are not on currently, just the tiny bit of lighting. This thing lights up very beautifully, a lot more than what you see here. But if you come back here, this takes you into this location here. And you have... Oh, they're so smart. All right, so let me explain something. So you used to be able to take this ship and fly it out of here. So there was a glitch that, see, this has a snub fighter. This ship has a snub fighter docked in it, right? So you would literally be able to come right over here and you would be able to get inside this snub fighter and you could literally undock and take it and steal this ship. Well, the developers were like, okay, we got to find a way to fix that. So this is what they did. They spawned the ship in upside down so that you couldn't get into the cockpit. This is not how the ship would look if you bought it yourself, but you get what I'm saying. That's pretty hilarious. All right, so you come in here. I mean, this is such a beautiful thing. You've got a hot tub for those that want to relax, a lot of windows, a lot of storage areas, and there are little rooms here that everyone has that they can go in and look at the views that they get, you know? And just think, these are NPCs or players that you're traveling around. It's like you're a luxury liner taking them from one location to another. Maybe they just want to be transported, or maybe they want a sightseeing adventure, you know, or something like that, where they get to look at cool vistas. Right now you can't fill the hot tub, but there eventually you will be able to. Right now it's just, as you can see, nothing you can really do with it right now. I think there is... That's your components. There's like a glass plating above it right now, so you can't go into it yet, but eventually you will be able to once that is online. You got fishies in here, I guess eventually. Got a bar where there'll be a bartender and you'll be able to actually drink and make different drinks and whatnot, but that's not implemented in the game just yet, but it's going to be. Another location here to watch TV. Sit down with the view and take a look outside. Think you're in space, and then you're you know, you've really cool stuff to look at. Here's another room. Smaller room. As you can see, that room over there was much bigger. That's for the big spenders. It's a little bit smaller of a room, but you do get a little TV and a fish tank. And same thing over here. I think there's only 3. Yeah, I think there's only 3 rooms in this one. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, there's only 3 rooms in this thing, so you can't take a lot of passengers. And then if you take a look, saw the cargo thing over there. Now we come down here. This is the front of the ship. This is where the crew will be. So you've got 4 different beds here, as you can see, for the crew. They've got their own little relaxation area. Here's the airlock elevator. Places to store your weapons and your gear. And here's the front of the ship. This is the Constellation Phoenix again. There are 3 constellations, Phoenix, the Aquila, and the new one that's coming in, which is called the Taurus, which is going to be available for the first time in 3.14, which has the most cargo. But yeah, and then of course you can enter the pilot seat. This is a sim. This is a space simulation. Love the cockpit of the Constellation. So let me tell you about this ship here. This ship has the best firepower for any smaller type of vessel because it has 2 size 5s and 2 size 4s. So remember when I told you Prowler has really, really good combat? It doesn't have as good a combat as this. This has better combat than the Prowler. The only problem is the Prowler is more maneuverable and this is less maneuverable because it has 2 size 5s and 2 size 4s. So you can take out ships super easy. But the problem is when going against hammerheads, you can't move very fast and the hammerhead will take you out. Even though this has great shields, it'll take longer for the hammerhead to take you out, but it's just less maneuverable. So you always got to keep that in mind. And it's got scanning and turrets. But as a pilot, if you want to leave, you just look down at your airlock and you hit the button. There you go. That was your tour of the Connie Phoenix, which is a beautiful ship. I mean, just look at how seamless everything was that we went in and out. It's still so funny that they decided to put the ship upside down like this so that you couldn't get inside it. Yeah, see, because the cockpit to get in the ship is actually right up there. So it's just out of reach and you can't do it. So that's how they were able to be really and truly smart. You see, you can't aim to get it. But you remember the big ship that we were taking out earlier in the stream? This is the Hammerhead. This is that ship that we were taking out. That big ship. This is it. Now you can see just how big it is to scale. And we'll take a look inside and show you. Also, if you want to take a look at how much it cost, $12,459,000. It's one of the more expensive ships. But we're not going to do a full-on display of this. Just kind of let you look around a little bit here as we move a little fast. This is one of those ships that's just massive in so many ways. It's got a docking port, meaning that the only way that you can actually get this ship at a space station is by docking it. So you would dock it to a space station and then they would have like a capsule that would come out to dock and then you could go straight forward, which is already in the game actually. You can't land this on a landing pad anymore. It won't allow you to do it because there's dock. Although if the station doesn't have a docking, you might be able to land this on one of the hangars, but I don't know. The bridge is down here, so you'd come in here. You would call for the elevator. Where's call elevator right there? So the switch is right there. Elevator comes up. They have a lot of different options for ships. Again, this is not a ship you want to fly by yourself because this ship specifically has no pilot weapons. All of its armaments are manned turrets. So you got to be careful. As you can see, this is a massive ship of great view though. Cockpit is actually on the bottom of the ship, which is a little different than a lot of other ships. But this was exactly the ship that we were taking down with our little tiny Talon. Obviously, when armor gets in the game, armor's not in the game yet. But when armor is actually fully implemented, a Talon is not going to be able to take out a freaking Hammerhead. So things will change. But as of right now, it's possible. Turrets on each side. And you go back. There's the elevator. See how big this ship is. Turrets. This is the captain's quarters. Meaning this is where the captain of the ship will have. He can sit in his chair, make himself feel like a hero. And he's got his own area in here. With his own bed. Shower. Shitter. Another turret. Looks like engineering station. This is your crew area. So this is, as you can see, you need lots of crew to man the turrets and whatnot. And if you go in here, I believe this is where your bathroom and whatnot is. Shower. Also has, you know, like a place to eat and whatnot on the second floor, I think. Where your engines and whatnot are. Look at those cool effects. This is also where your cargo bay is. So you store cargo right here. You can place a vehicle right here and it goes down, as you can see. There is another turret. And you can take the elevator up. This is where the engineering can oversee the cargo at the bottom if you wanted to. You come out here. This is where your upstairs area is going to be. Go in here. This is the mess hall. There already is team-based gameplay. Jason, you can already work with teams, and a lot of people play this game and do nothing but team-based gameplay. Like join a crew and do missions. You can already do missions with players. You can have them join and share missions. That's all in the game already. Place to store your pantry, food, goods. Only thing is it takes a while for the door to open. And we're right back out where the captain's quarter is. And this is the opposite side. There you go, ladies and gents. There was a tour, little tiny tour. I mean, we didn't see everything of the Hammerhead. All right, so now they just have a few ships on display, not all of them. But if you want to buy them, I mean, you could either walk up to one of these and then click buy. If you have enough money, boom, you're good. Or you go to the kiosk. Looks like a player character just ran into there. All right, so out here you got the M50, which is a super speed demon ship. You got the this is a luxury tiny ship called the Origin 885X, only 574,000. And here's your other starter ship. So this is another ship that you would get if you got a package in the game. You would get this, or you could choose between this or that other one I showed you. So I'll go ahead and enter this so you can take a look. How consistent are the servers? They're much, much better than they used to be, for sure. This one actually has a bed in it, which makes this very, very good ship because it actually has a bed. But this is your basic starter ship. Nothing will power on right now because it's not like you can take the ship and... But you see what I mean. You can, you know, take an outside look at it and... Which is your basic simple ship. 2 size 2s right there, I think. Either size 2 or 1s. It looks like it's got 2 missiles on the top. I mean, you're asking me how consistent are the servers, and you've been seeing me on this same exact server this entire stream. Except for the very first server that I went into that I just didn't like, and then I just exited it and went into this one, and I've been in this one now for over 2 hours. and no problems. This is your mining ship. Remember what I told you earlier when you saw all those asteroids on the planets that you can only do with ship mining? This is the ship that you would use for that. This is the mining laser. You can change this in and out for a better laser if you want. Prospector, if you want to mine, you have to have this ship. This is the only ship that can mine at the entry level. Otherwise, you'd have to get the Argo Mole. And that ship doesn't have pilot mining. It has 4 mining rigs on it that other players have to operate while you drive the ship. This is the only one where you can... This is like the Rock. And then the Rock DS is the Mole, kind of, in that situation. Yes, KG, this is Star Citizen, the one that I had on the channel years ago. Only gotten better, buddy. Only gotten better. All right. So if you want to purchase ships, you come over here to this kiosk right here. New deal. These are all the ships that you can buy. Now, remember, we saw well, this is the beta, not the alpha. Let's see. Consolidated. Where is it at? It's right here. All right. So this has got the alpha. This is the cheapest. This is your starter ship. You can literally purchase it for $251,000. You guys saw that if you rented... Hold on, let me actually go to that one. Where is it at? Aegis Titan. It's pretty much right here, the Titan. Uh-oh, I think it's going to crash. Nope, good. All right, we're good. So right here, Avenger Titan. That's the one we looked at. Remember, it was $286,000 to rent for 7 days. Or you can buy it for $785,000, which is so much better. So why would you rent it for more than 1 day? Because you're wasting money at that point. You might as well go ahead and just work a little bit harder and buy it. So as you can see, ships that I have enough money to purchase are in white, and the ones that I don't are in red. So I don't have enough for the Hammerhead because that costs $12 million. I don't have enough for the Phoenix because it's 5.6. All these other ships I can literally purchase right now, and it would show up in my thing, and then I can take them around. And they're my ships until they do a server wipe, which they haven't done a wipe in over a year, I think. I don't know when they're going to be doing another wipe, but they haven't done one in over a year. So there is going to be another wipe at some point. Then all your money will go away that you've earned in game, and you'll have to start fresh. But there will come a time when the game releases that all the money you earn will never be wiped. Therefore, that's how you can start getting all your ships. You only need to come in with the basic ship and then work your way, you know. Eclipse. This is a ship that's really good. I actually have enough to purchase it now. This is a stealth bomber. These have size 9 torpedoes. This ship can take out a Hammerhead without even being seen. This is a stealth bomber, meaning that you can be up to like 15 kilometers away and take a Hammerhead out. And the Hammerhead will never know you're there. And boom, 1 torpedo, you just completed that mission. Very cool ship. It has sucky weapons, but it's not meant to be a ship that you're supposed to dogfight in. It's meant to be a bomber ship, not a bomber, a torpedo type of ship. So there are certain instances you want to use this ship, but this ship can do every combat mission in the game. But you only have 3 size 9s, and they're pretty expensive to purchase once you run out. So you got to be careful. You have to make sure whatever mission you select in this ship, you're going to get the job done with 1 torpedo, which it can take out a Hammerhead in 1 shot. Let's see what else. All manufacturers. There's your Eclipse. Gladys is the most polished ship in the game right now. It's the ship that you're going to be flying when Squadron 42 comes out. So this one looks the best in its cockpit. It flies the best. It handles the best because it's pretty much gold standard at this point. And it's pretty cheap too. I mean, only 1,169,000. You can get that within just a few days of grinding some combat missions or whatever you want to do. We have enough to buy it and still have 2 million left over. I don't have enough for the Reclaimer. It's a big salvage ship. This is a huge ship. Retaliator, I don't have enough. This is another bomber. So there's torpedoes in here as well, meaning that this ship will do the same thing that the Aegis Eclipse will be able to do with its size 9 torpedoes. Saber is your combat stealth fighter. I have a Saber. It's a great ship. Vanguard is something I've been thinking about getting. We actually have enough to get the Vanguard Warden or the Hoplite. Freelancer is your transportation. It's like your space truck. The Dur is, I think it's more durable. I don't know what the Dur is for. It's exploration. The Dur is the exploration. The Max is bigger cargo bay, so the Max is more for cargo. After the wipe, you only keep the ships that you purchased with real money. Meaning that any ship that you bought in-game will go away, but any ship that you bought with real money in the store will stay. Let's see what else. You got the Mist. This is your gunship. These are racing type ships. The Reliant Core. These are a good set of ships. Very weird to fly, but very cool ships. Great, amazing view in the cockpit. Starfarer for 6 million. This is your fueler. Very big ship too. Starter ships here, as you can see. These are that's the cheapest actual ship that you can get right here. No ship is cheaper for only 124,000. Look, almost one mission dealing with those hammerheads almost gets me enough to buy this ship. Constellation Andromeda, great ship. We saw the Phoenix. This is the same ship, except the inside interior is completely different, because this is a combat gunship. Aquila, this is the exploration version. I have this right now because I've got a Corsair, and a loaner, since the Corsair is not out yet, is a Constellation Aquila and a Drake Buccaneer. Got your rover. Ballista, this is your heavy arms vehicle on the ground. Prospector again for 2 million. That's how much it costs to buy the Prospector, which is your mining ship. Harbinger and the Sentinel. I was thinking about getting the Sentinel. I'd still have 1.8 million left. I've been thinking about the Sentinel for a while. This is a heavy fighter, so this is a really, really good fighter. It's got a EMP on it, so it takes the shields out of enemy ships really quick. Mantis, not really appropriate in the game just yet because you can't quantum interdict anybody, but eventually it's going to be a ship that pirates use when they want to take you out of quantum drive and make it to where that they can ambush you. This ship is going to be you're going to have this ship if you want to be if you're going to be a part of a successful pirate group. There's that Argo Mole I told you about. This is the other mining ship. There's only 2 mining ships, except only the pilot does what the pilot does, and you have to have individual people to actually do the mining. 890 Jump, I think, is the most expensive ship in the game right now for 32 million. It's also the biggest ship in the game right now. I know this makes it look like it's so small, but the ship is massive. That's the Tana. This is the combat version of the Reliant series. Starter ships here, the Origin 100 Eyes. These are luxury starter ships. Most worthless ship in the game. No one will ever buy this ship. The reason is because all it does is transport a tiny bit of cargo. Otherwise, it has no weapons on it. There's almost no reason for anyone to purchase the ship, and I don't even know why it's here anymore. It's pretty much here for those people that buy a Idris, which is a massive ship, and they want to put this inside that ship, you know. Otherwise, it doesn't really make any sense. Drake Buccaneer, again, I told you about this. Great combat ship. Caterpillar, very big cargo type of ship. You can see why they call it a Caterpillar. Almost have enough for that. Just need 787,000 more. This is your all-around ship. This is a ship that everybody wants to have at one point in their career. It's a pirate ship, but it's multi-role. You can do cargo in it. You can do combat in it. You can do delivery missions in it. This is like your all-around ship. You can store vehicles in it. It's a great ship. I mean, this is like the first ship that made me go, wow, Star Citizen is awesome. And then they've got different versions. This is your police version. And this is your medical version, meaning with this version, you can specifically respawn here, meaning that it's got a bed that allows you to respawn if you die on this ship, as long as your ship wasn't destroyed. You've got like hover bikes and stuff like that. This is just like the Crusader Mercury Star Runner. It's a smaller version of it. It's a data running ship, meaning that it's stored information on its data drives inside the ship. And that's this is the fastest ship going from point to point, meaning that if you're going in a straight line, this ship will get you there the fastest. And there's the Mercury Star Runner. I'm just still $1 million underneath it, but I actually own this ship. I bought it. So I already own this ship. Great ship, though. You saw it in action. Nomad's a pretty cool ship. But that's all the ships that they have here. Otherwise, you'd have to go to Area 18 to kind of take a look. But you got to get the idea of... Looks like the sun's finally coming up. We've been here on this planet long enough for the sun to shine. See how just big this place is. It used to be that this was all outside and this whole thing here was no longer here. It was just outside, but they've actually put it inside because people would start to like crash their ships inside here and mess up with the geometry and the physics and everything. So they put a roof over top of this area now and you can no longer fly in here. Players do the weirdest things, right? They always try to break games any chance they get. But there you have it, ladies and gents. That will be it for today's Star Citizen stream. I still might stream a little bit later tonight doing some other stuff. Yeah, so just so you guys know, again, Sunday and Monday I'm going to be gone for, again, a medical thing that I have to do with the Army. So I'll keep in contact with you all and let you know what's going on and all that good stuff. So make sure you're following over on Discord to keep, you know, up to date on all that, or following over on my Twitter. Sinistrano1 is the handle. So love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. It's been my pleasure to bring these games to you because I'm truly passionate about Star Citizen and I absolutely love them. So thank you again for, you know, spending some of your day with me, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you on the next stream. Peace out. Bye guys.